Alrighty, we get this, and I hate this, folks. I truly hate this. Here we go. College football playoffs is expanding to 12 teams. Why? Why? Stupid. 12? Y'all are going from 4 to 12? I don't want to pass 4, but go to 8 first and then go to 12. You're just going to go to 12 right off the rip? Damn it. I hate it, folks. There's not that many good college football teams for this national championship. I don't think it's going to be great for the sport, and I think it's going to be kind of lame, and we're going to get a lot of blowouts, and it's going to be kind of stupid. So let's talk about it, and then we'll see what's been going on in the past. But a couple of tweets here. So pending approval, which it will be approved, college football playoffs headed to 12 teams. Earliest start would be after the 2023 regular season. Because of impact of expanded playoffs, expect anywhere from 4 to 10 bowls to be eliminated by 2023. Now, this is how it's going to work out. 6 highest-ranked conference champions. So that's exactly what the problem was. I mean, it was just kind of, the Conference Champions Bowl at the end of the day, which it shouldn't have been. But, all the judges, the voters of the college football playoffs, that's only really what they cared about. Who were winning the top divisions? The SEC, the Big Ten, all that, those big conferences. Whoever was the winner of that, those conference champions, that was basically the college football playoffs, which is absolutely stupid. But that's how they were doing it. So 6 highest-ranked conference champions and the next 6 highest-ranked teams will make the college football playoffs. 4 highest-ranked conference champions, seeded 1 through 4, will receive a first-round bye. I guess that's good if you're going to do it, so we don't get, let's just say Alabama's number 1 and then freaking Coastal Carolina number 12. That's an instant blowout, no competition. So I guess they're kind of doing it a little right, having a first-round bye for the top 4 teams. Teams 5 through 12 will play first round at home field of highest ranked team. And get this, Notre Dame and Independence can't get first round byes because they have no conference championship. They're independent. So how lame is that? So now you're putting restrictions on the kind of seeds, on kind of the rankings. All right, top 6 have to be conference champions. Top 4 have to be the top 4 conference champions. And Notre Dame Independence can never be in that top 6? What? Why are you restricting it? I don't like that. But just make it the top 4 teams ranked. That's it. Don't have the conference championship plugged into the rules. I don't like that. Take the entire body of the season. Yes, obviously, winning the conference championship is still going to be good, and you can still factor that in, but don't make that a written-in rule. So that's how the college football playoffs are going to work. 12 teams, 4 of the highest are going to have a first-round bye. 5 through 12, they'll have home field advantage for the highest seed. But do we even need that? Do we need 12 teams, folks? Do we truly need 12 teams in a college football playoffs? So let's go back here. Where I got it up. Let's go here to kind of just see how they were ranked. Let's go back to the last couple of seasons and see the ranked teams. Who was number 10? Who was number 11? Who was number 12? Do we even care of watching them? Or is it just going to be a blowout after blowout? Because already the college football playoffs have already kind of been blowouts, and we're only talking about the top 4 teams. So here we go. Last season, let's talk about it. The top 4 teams last season: Alabama 1, Clemson 2, Ohio State 3, and then Notre Dame 4. Once again, Notre Dame had no business being in the top 4, but they put them in there anyway because they're kind of a big name, and for the first time they weren't playing in the independent conference because of COVID. But Notre Dame still gets in there, and it's a blowout. First round blowout, folks. 31-14. Alabama stomping Notre Dame, non-competitive. So now we have to watch number 5 play number 12 and get a blowout there. We're just delaying the inevitable, making potential more opportunities to get hurt. What is this overall, an extra game? So 4 first round byes, 5 through 12 play out. That gives us was that 8 teams? So 8 teams, bring them down to 4. So now it's like 8 teams once kind of, 1 through 4 can start playing. So it's like an extra game. So an extra opportunity to get injured for the national championship game to be lackluster. I mean, I don't like it. So yeah, Alabama blowing out Notre Dame 31-14, and then Alabama versus Ohio State, a blowout as well, and that's the national championship game, 52-24. So the original kind of 4-team college football playoffs aren't even yielding that really competitive games, and now you want to expand it to 12? To 12? Y'all went from 4 to 12, not even taking the intermittent step of like 6 or 8. You could do 6 with the top 2, with the top 2 teams having the first round bye. Do 6, not 12. What the hell is this? Clemson versus Ohio State, a little closer, but still a blowout at the end. Ohio State putting up 49 points, winning 49-28. So once again, overall, it wasn't that competitive of a college football playoff. But that was just the top 4 teams. Who were these other kind of teams here? So let's go to the final rankings. Here we go. So we have Alabama 1, Clemson 2, Ohio State number 3, Notre Dame 4. Then we get Texas A&M 5. They should have been number 4 anyway, because Notre Dame got kind of blown out in their kind of bowl game, trash. But they made it anyway. So once again, they weren't even kind of getting the teams right to begin with in the top 4. They just wanted the big names. We're gonna talk about UCF in a second when they kind of went on their big run of going 11-0, and they still got out of the college football playoffs. So that's the problem of the college football playoffs. You just want to make it the biggest team invitational. Give it to the lower teams. I know they didn't play the best competition, but they still went undefeated, and I'd rather give those teams a shot in the top 4 than, a great team that lost 1 or 2 games in the regular season. So that's why I don't like them expanding the team, because y'all weren't even getting the first 4 right to begin with. But, Notre Dame number 4 last season, trash. Texas A&M was 5, should have been 4. We have Oklahoma 6, Florida 7, Cincinnati 8, Georgia 9, Iowa State 10, Indiana 11, and Coastal Carolina 12? Do we really want to see Texas A&M versus Coastal Carolina? I mean, those would be the top 12 teams in that college football playoffs from last year. We don't need to see that. Iowa went 8-3. You're done. You lost 3 games. Florida went 8-3. You're done. You lost 3 games. I don't need to see 3 lost teams in a college football playoffs. That's not what college football is. It's about, going undefeated, barely losing a game. And that's it. It's not football. You can't compare it to the NFL. The NFL, you can lose 3-4 games and still be great. College, it's kind of one and done. You don't play, you play less games overall in the NFL. Everything's high pressure. Don't you have like 2 bye weeks? Go get it done. You play a lot of trash teams as well. Go get it done. Prove that you can win every single game. That's what college is all about. Never taking a night off, never taking a game off, always being ready. And they're kind of watering it down here because we're going to have Coastal Carolina, North Carolina Tar Heels was 13 at 8-3. They almost made it in. Could have made it in. Just trash. Iowa State 8-3. Georgia 7-2. Florida 8-3. Coastal Carolina was number 12 at 11-0. That's what we're saying. You've already got the rankings wrong. Yeah, Coastal Carolina's probably not playing anybody good, but they went undefeated. They did what you're supposed to do in college, win every single game. We got 3 lost teams out here getting favoritism over the top team, over, some undefeated teams. So I absolutely hate that. That's just last season, folks. Let's go back to 2019. Let's go to this. Let's see what 2019 was all about. Here we go. The top 4. LSU versus Oklahoma. Blowout. That was the 1 through 4. That was the 1-4 matchup. Now you want me to see a 5 through 12, 5 and 12 phase? I don't want to see that. LSU blowing out Oklahoma 63-28. Ohio State and Clemson, the 2-3 matchup, that was close, 29-23. And then in the championship game, kind of competitive, LSU winning 42-25, but we're still getting the first round blowouts. So why are we expanding that? I don't think that's right. I don't think that's great. All right, what else do we get here? What's their top 12 in 2019? Here we go. LSU 1, Ohio State 2, Clemson 3, Oklahoma State 4. Then we get Georgia at 5, Oregon at 6, Baylor at 7, Wisconsin at 8. Wisconsin was 10-3, folks. Florida 10-2, Penn State at 10-2, Utah 11-2. The Auburn at number 12. That's the cutoff at 9-3. Do we need to see that? Do we need to see a 3-loss team in the college football playoffs? We don't. We don't need to see that. Let's see what we get in 2018, 2019. The top 4, Alabama 1, Oklahoma 2. That was Oklahoma 4. That was a close game, 45-34. Clemson, Notre Dame. Once again, Notre Dame. They just want Notre Dame to get in. Stop letting. This is what you get. This is what you get when you put garbage teams in. Notre Dame is garbage. They got blown out again in 2018, 30-3. Non-competitive. So we're just putting more trash teams in. Stop making. Notre Dame's not good. Stop trying to force them into the college football playoffs. Stop trying to force these trash teams in here. We're getting blownouts. And then in the championship game, blowout. Alabama was the number 1 seed and got blown out 44-16. So once again, they're not even getting the original 4 right. I hate it. I hate it. Damn. Here we go. The top 12 of 2018. Alabama 1, Clemson 2, Notre Dame 3, Oklahoma 4, Georgia 5, Ohio State 6, Michigan 7, UCF, that was the 12-0 season, and they were number 8. They were number 8. You put Oklahoma, they're 12-0. They're 12-1. So once again, you weren't even giving those kind of smaller schools the opportunity to get in the top 4. So I guess that's why you expanded a little bit, but not to 12, and then just stop putting the high-profile teams out there in the in the top 4. Washington Huskies 10-3. Florida 9-3, LSU 9-3, Penn State 9-3. So we've got all these 3-loss teams. They're gonna get blown out first round. So that's where we're at with the college football playoffs. It is unfortunately being expanded. I do not think that's the right decision. Keep it for. Stop having it, if you win the conference championship, stop making that a requirement. I don't get it. You don't have to make that a requirement in here. Maybe expand it to 6, have the top 2 first-round buys, and then we're still solid. But I don't understand why you go to 12 immediately. I think that's a little overstep. 6, I think I'm a little all right with. 6, that's fine. 6 with top 2 buys. 12, geez. 12 and all those stipulations. I hate it.